She said, "I'm making a pros and cons list about our relationship." Then asked me to leave the room. I said, "Take your time." Then I made my own list. It had one word, the note she found when she finished her list. I, 29 male, came home Thursday at 6:15 p.m. to find my girlfriend of 3 years sitting at our dining table with her MacBook, a leather journal, and 3 different colored highlighters spread out like she was preparing for the bar exam. "Oh good, you're home," she said without looking up. "We need to talk." I set down my work bag. "What's going on?" She finally looked at me. Dead serious. "I've been doing a lot of self-work with my therapist, processing my attachment patterns, examining my relationship patterns, really diving deep into my emotional needs. The therapy I paid half of through our shared expenses account. The therapist I'd never met because she insisted therapy was her sacred space. Okay. And Dr. Reynolds suggested I make a comprehensive pros and cons list about our relationship, to really examine whether we're compatible long-term or if I'm just comfortable. I stood there. 3 years. Living together 18 months, talking about getting engaged next year. And she needed a list. "When did you decide this?" "I've been working on it for about 3 weeks. I have notes, but I need uninterrupted time to really organize my thoughts and make a final assessment." Assessment. Like I was a quarterly earnings report. "So what do you need from me?" "I need you to leave, for the evening. Maybe go to your brother's? I need complete space to process this without any external pressure or influence on my decision-making." "You want me to leave our apartment?" "It's not personal. Dr. Reynolds says this kind of work requires solitude, and..." "How long do you need?" "I don't know. 4 hours? 5? However long it takes. I'll text you when I'm done and we can discuss my findings." Her findings. About whether I was worth keeping. "Yeah, okay, I'll go." She actually smiled, relieved. "Thank you for being so understanding. This is really important for my growth." I grabbed my keys and wallet. "Take all the time you need." Drove to the coffee shop down the street. Sat in my car in the parking lot for maybe 15 minutes, just staring at the steering wheel. 3 years. And I was being sent away like a kid so the adults could talk. Then something clicked. Cold and clear. I pulled out my phone, opened notes, created a new list. Title, pros and cons of this relationship. I typed one word, done, screenshot it. That was my list, complete. Drove back to the apartment, let myself in quietly. She had AirPods in, totally absorbed in her laptop, didn't even hear me. Classical music playing. She'd lit her focus candle. This was a whole production. Went to the bedroom, packed a duffel bag, clothes, toiletries, laptop, chargers. Grabbed my important documents from the file box. My birth certificate, passport, social security card, all the stuff that was mine before her. The lease agreement was in there too. Flipped through it. Signed by me. Lease term, 1 more month, then month to month. She'd never been added. I'd meant to do it but kept putting it off because she'd never gotten around to showing me her pay stubs for the application like the landlord required. Perfect. Took my screenshot of the list. Airdropped it to the laptop she was working on. Left my keys on the kitchen counter. Walked out. Got to my brother's place at 8:47 p.m. My phone started buzzing at 9:23 p.m. Her, "Where are you?" "Did you leave?" "I'm done with my list, we need to talk." Her, "This is really immature. You can't just leave because I asked for space. I'm trying to do healthy relationship work, and you're sabotaging it." Her, "Answer me." I turned off my phone and went to sleep. Update 1 Friday morning. Turned on my phone. 31 texts. Not all from her. Her best friend, "What is your problem?" She called me crying at midnight. Her best friend, "She was trying to be mature about your relationship." Her best friend, "And you just abandoned her?" Who does that? Her best friend, "She said you sent her some weird note and left. Real mature." Her best friend, "You need to go home and fix this." Didn't respond to any of them. Got ready for work. My brother made coffee. "So," he said, "what exactly happened?" I told him. The whole thing. The list. Her needing space. My one-word response. He was quiet for a minute. Then, "That's cold, man." She asked me to leave my own apartment so she could grade our relationship like a term paper. Fair point. Work was fine until 11 a.m. when my desk phone rang. Not my cell, my desk line at work that almost nobody has. "Hello? What the hell is wrong with you?" Her mom. "I'm at work. Can this wait?" "No, it cannot wait." My daughter called me sobbing this morning. She said you walked out on her for trying to work on your relationship. That's one way to describe it. She was being thoughtful, trying to make an informed, mature decision about your future together. By making a pros and cons list about whether I'm good enough, while I waited in exile. She has anxiety. She needs to process things methodically. You know this. I do know this. That's why I made my own decision, methodically. By abandoning her? By concluding that someone who needs a spreadsheet to figure out if I'm worth their time isn't someone I want to be with. How dare you? I have to go. I'm at work. Hung up. My coworker 2 cubicles over was staring. Everything okay? Girlfriend drama. Ex-girlfriend drama. Damn. Sorry, man. Lunch break. My phone rang again. Her dad this time. Answered. Yes? We need to talk about how you're treating my daughter. I'm treating her like someone who asked me to leave my apartment so she could evaluate whether I'm adequate, which is to say, I'm not treating her like anything anymore. That's not what happened. She was trying to make a pros and cons list. I know, she told me. I made my own. Mine was shorter. You can't just leave her high and dry like this. She has nowhere to go. She has parents. That's not the point. That's exactly the point. The apartment's in my name. She's not on the lease. She wanted space to think. I gave her infinite space. You're being incredibly childish. I'm being incredibly clear. We're done. She can come get her stuff this weekend. She's not getting her stuff. That's her home. No, it's my apartment that she was living in. Big difference. Hung up. Got back to my desk. Email from an address I didn't recognize. Opened it. Hello, this is Dr. Reynolds, your partner's therapist. She's shared your contact information with me as an emergency measure. I understand there's been a significant rupture in your relationship, and I'd like to offer a joint session to help both of you process. Deleted it. Then blocked the email address. Her therapist was now directly contacting me? Boundaries much? That evening, got to my brother's place and found her car in the driveway. She was sitting on the front steps. We need to talk, she said, standing up. No, we don't. Yes, we do. You don't get to just end 3 years like this. You were literally about to end 3 years with a list. I just beat you to it. That's not. I wasn't going to end it. I was trying to understand it better. By evaluating me like a used car. It wasn't like that. What was on the cons list? She blinked. What? Your cons list. The reasons I'm not good enough. What were they? I never said you're not good enough. Then why did you need the list? Because I needed clarity on some concerns I've been having. What concerns? She crossed her arms. That's between me and my therapist. Right, so you get to judge me based on secret criteria, but I don't get to know what I'm failing at. Very partnership-oriented. You're twisting this. I'm clarifying this. You wanted to sit alone and list my inadequacies. I decided I don't want to be with someone who sees me as a problem to solve. Oh my God, you're being so dramatic. My brother opened the door. Hey, everything cool? We're fine, she said quickly. We're not fine, I said. She was just leaving. I'm not leaving. We haven't resolved anything. There's nothing to resolve. I'll be at the apartment Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. You can come get your stuff then. That's my apartment too. No, it's not. Lease is in my name. You're not on it. Her face went white, then red. Are you kidding me right now? Nope. Sunday, noon to 3. You can't kick me out. I'm not kicking you out. I'm letting you know when you can collect your belongings from my apartment. This is illegal. I have tenant rights. You have guest rights, which ended when you asked me to leave so you could deliberate whether I was worth keeping. She stared at me, actually looked shocked that I wasn't negotiating or apologizing or begging. I can't believe you're doing this. Believe it. Sunday. She got in her car, slammed the door hard enough that I'm pretty sure she cracked something. Peeled out, my brother handed me a beer. You really not gonna take her back? Would you want to be with someone who needed a pros and cons list to figure out if you were adequate? Hell no. There's your answer. Sunday morning, I got to the apartment at 11:30 a.m. Wanted to be there early. Walked in, all her stuff was still there. She hadn't packed anything, not one thing. Noon, nothing. 12:30 p.m., nothing. 1 p.m. Text from her best friend, she's not coming. Me, cool. Then I'm packing her stuff myself and putting it in the hallway at 3:01 p.m. Best friend, you can't do that. Me, watch me. 1:15 p.m., key in the lock. She walked in with her best friend, her mom, and her dad. Full family intervention squad. "Hi," I said. "You're late." Her dad started immediately. "We need to discuss this situation reasonably." "There's nothing to discuss. She needs to get her belongings. She's been living here for over a year. You can't just throw her out." "I'm not throwing her out. I'm collecting my space back after she decided she needed to evaluate whether I was worth hers." My girlfriend finally spoke. "I wasn't evaluating whether you were worth my space. I was trying to understand my own feelings." "By making a list of my flaws while I sat in exile? How'd that work out?" "They weren't your flaws. They were compatibility concerns. Same thing." "What were they?" Her mom jumped in. "She doesn't have to justify her therapeutic process to you." "True. And I don't have to stay with someone whose therapeutic process involves grading me." Her best friend. "You're being so unreasonable." She was trying to communicate her needs. Her need to be alone while she judged our relationship. I heard that loud and clear. Message received. Her dad. "Look, son, not your son." Awkward silence. "Right. Well, my daughter made a mistake asking you to leave, but you're making a bigger mistake by overreacting like this." "Is it an overreaction, or is it a boundary?" "I don't want to be with someone who sees our relationship as a project that needs assessment." "That's pretty simple." My girlfriend's eyes filled with tears. "Why are you being so cruel?" "Cruel? You asked me to leave my own home so you could make a list about whether I was defective. I made my own list. Mine said we're done." "How is that cruel?" "Because you didn't even try. You didn't fight for us." "Fight for us?" "You were literally debating whether to keep me." "I was trying to be logical about a major life decision. And I made a logical decision too, immediately. I decided I don't want to spend my life wondering if I'm measuring up to your checklist." Her mom? "This is ridiculous. You're both being ridiculous. Just sit down and talk this out like adults." "No, she has until 3 p.m. to pack. That's in 90 minutes. Her dad or what? Or I pack her stuff and leave it in the hallway." "That's illegal." "No, it's not. She's not on the lease. She's a guest who overstayed her welcome." Started pulling boxes out of the closet, the ones I'd saved from when I moved in. Started packing her clothes from the bedroom. She followed me. "Stop. You can't just. This is insane." "What's insane is asking your boyfriend of 3 years to leave his apartment so you can score him like a test." "It wasn't scoring. It was processing." "What were the cons?" I asked again. She wiped her eyes, looked at her mom, back at me. "Fine. You want to know? One was that you're too comfortable. You don't push yourself. You've been in the same job for 3 years without trying for a promotion." "I like my job." "Exactly. You're not ambitious enough." There it was. "What else?" "You don't make enough money for us to have the lifestyle I want in the future. I make $73 a year. And I want to live in a nice house eventually, with a yard, kids in good schools. Your salary won't cover that." Her mom looked uncomfortable. Her best friend was staring at the floor. Her dad opened his mouth, then closed it. "What was the third one?" I asked. She hesitated. "Come on, you already told me the other two. Might as well complete the set." "You're too settled. You don't want to travel or have adventures or do anything spontaneous. You're boring." I nodded slowly. "So I don't make enough money, I'm not ambitious, and I'm boring." "That's not. Those were just concerns. The pros list was way longer." "How long?" "What? How many pros?" 11. 11 pros, 3 cons, and you needed 4 hours alone to figure out if I was worth keeping." Her best friend tried to save it. "That's not fair." She was trying to be thorough. She was being thorough about her ambivalence. While I was driving around wondering why my girlfriend of 3 years needed a decision matrix to figure out if I was adequate. Meanwhile, she already knew. I'm broke, boring, and unambitious. Thanks for the clarity. My girlfriend's face crumpled. "You're making it sound worse than it was." "Am I? Because it sounds like you've been mentally shopping for an upgrade while I thought we were building something." "That's not true." "Then why the list?" "Because my friend from college just got engaged, and he's a lawyer, and they're buying a house, and I started thinking about what I want for my future, and whether—" She stopped, but the damage was done. Her mom actually winced. "Whether I could give you that," I finished. "Whether I was successful enough, rich enough, exciting enough." "That's not what I meant." "Yeah, it is. And you know what? That's fine. You want a richer, more ambitious, more exciting life. Go find it. But you're not gonna find it in my apartment anymore. Packed 3 boxes in 40 minutes. Her parents and best friend helped, all of them silent now. The energy had completely shifted. When they were done loading her car, she stopped at the door. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I didn't mean for it to go like this. How did you mean for it to go? I thought you'd understand, that you'd want to work on things with me. Work on what? Making more money? Being more exciting? Becoming someone different so I'd score higher on your list? No, I just wanted us to grow together. You wanted me to grow into someone else, someone richer, more ambitious, less boring. That's not growth, that's transformation, and I'm not interested. Her dad carried the last box out. Her mom touched her shoulder. Come on, honey. She looked at me one more time. The list had 11 pros and only 3 cons. You were still winning. This isn't a competition, and you don't get to grade me. They left. I locked the door. Changed the locks the next day. $180 for a mobile locksmith, but worth it. Got a text that night from her. Can we at least talk about this? Me, no. Her, you're really gonna throw away 3 years over this. Me, you were about to throw away 3 years because I don't make enough money and I'm boring. I just got there first. Her, that's not what I said. Me, that's exactly what you said. In front of witnesses. She didn't respond. Update 2. It's been a week and a half since the apartment clearing. Things have predictably escalated. Monday after the Sunday confrontation, I got an email from someone named Tenant Advocacy Help with the subject line, Illegal Eviction Notice. Opened it. 4 paragraphs of legal-sounding language about how I'd illegally evicted her without proper notice, violated tenant laws, and she was entitled to compensation and immediate return to the property. Called my landlord. Hey, weird question. My ex-girlfriend who was staying with me is claiming I illegally evicted her. She was never on the lease. Am I in trouble? He laughed. No, you're fine. She have anything in writing showing she paid rent? No. We split costs, but it all came from my account. Then she was a guest. You can ask a guest to leave anytime. Tell her to pound sand. Thanks. Forwarded the email to my ex with one line. Spoke to the landlord. You were a guest. This is harassment. Stop. She called immediately. I didn't answer. Left a voicemail. You can't just decide I was a guest. I lived there. I contributed. You're stealing from me. Deleted it. Tuesday, her best friend showed up at my office. Yes, my actual workplace. Security called me. There's a woman here asking for you. Says it's an emergency. Went down to the lobby. Her best friend was there, arms crossed. You need to fix this, she said. I'm at work. You need to leave. Not until you listen to me. She's devastated. She can't eat, can't sleep. Her anxiety is through the roof. You're destroying her. I'm not destroying her. I ended a relationship where I was being evaluated like a quarterly review. She was trying to be smart about her future. Great. Now she can be smart about it somewhere else. You are so heartless. She loved you. She loved the idea of me being richer and more successful. I'm neither of those things. We're incompatible. That's not what she meant. That's what she said, in front of 4 people. Her best friend's face twisted. You recorded it, didn't you? You're going to use it against her? I didn't record anything, but I remember it very clearly, as do her parents, I'm sure. You're such a piece of... Security guard stepped forward. Ma'am, you need to leave. She glared at me. This isn't over. Yeah, it is. She left. I went back to work. My manager called me in an hour later. Hey, everything okay? Security said there was an incident. Ex-girlfriend drama, it's handled, won't happen again. Okay, just keep personal stuff out of the office, yeah? Absolutely. That night, I got home to find my ex sitting in her car outside my building. Pulled into my parking spot. She got out and walked over. We need to talk. No, we don't. Yes, we do. You can't keep avoiding me. I'm not avoiding you. I'm moving on. You should do the same. I can't move on. You threw me out with no warning. You had 3 days warning, and you're the one who wanted space to figure out if I was worth keeping. I never said you weren't worth keeping. You said I don't make enough money, I'm not ambitious, and I'm boring. That's pretty clear. Those were just things I was thinking about. Everyone has doubts. Cool. I had doubts too. Mine resolved quickly. We're done. You can't just... I don't accept this. You don't have to accept it. It's not a negotiation. I'm not leaving until we work this out. Took out my phone, started recording. What are you doing? Documenting that I've asked you to leave my property and you're refusing. That's trespassing. Her face went pale. You wouldn't. Try me. She got in her car and left. Didn't hear from her for 2 days. Then Thursday night, my phone rang at 11:30 p.m. Unknown number. Answered. Hello? You need to pay for her therapy, her mom. Excuse me? Her therapist says she's having a trauma response to what you did. Her sessions have doubled. She needs intensive treatment now. You need to pay for it. I'm not paying for anything. You traumatized her. I ended a relationship. That's not trauma. She has anxiety and depression, and none of which are my responsibility anymore. You owe her. I owe her nothing. Good night. Hung up. Blocked the number. Friday, got a letter delivered to my apartment. Certified mail from a law office. Oh boy. Opened it. Demand letter at the top. My ex was demanding $4,800 for her share of household expenses over the 18 months of cohabitation that she's entitled to recoup. $2,200 for emotional distress damages, $600 for therapy costs related to the traumatic eviction, $350 for moving expenses, a formal written apology. Total, $7,950. Called my buddy who's a lawyer, sent him photos of the letter. He called back laughing. This is hilarious. What do I do? Nothing. It's a threat letter from a lawyer. She probably paid $200 to scare you. She has no case. She wasn't on the lease, you didn't steal anything, and emotional distress requires proof of actual damages that she can't provide. Ignore it. You sure? 100%. If she actually files something, call me. But she won't. This is just intimidation. Thanks, man. Saturday morning, my ex showed up at my apartment again. Knocked on the door at 8 a.m., opened it with the chain still on. What? Did you get the letter from my lawyer? Yep. So, are you going to pay? Nope. You have to. It's a legal demand. It's a joke. My lawyer says you have no case. Her face went red. You showed it to a lawyer? Of course I did. Did you think I'd just panic and pay you $8,000? You owe me. I contributed to that apartment. You were a guest who split costs. You're not entitled to reimbursement. I'm going to sue you. Go ahead. See how that works out. You're going to regret this. I already told your lawyer to pound sand. Tell him yourself. Closed the door. Locked it. She pounded on it for another minute before leaving. Sunday, woke up to 15 texts from various numbers. Her friends, her cousins, some people I didn't even recognize. You're an abuser. You threw her out with nothing. You're going to pay for this. Karma's coming for you. Blocked all of them. Then my mom called. Hey honey, so I got a weird Facebook message. Oh no. Oh yes. Your ex-girlfriend's mother sent me a very long message about how you traumatized her daughter and I raised you wrong. Mom, I'm so sorry. Don't be. I told her that her daughter asked my son to leave his own apartment to make a list about whether he was good enough, and then complained when he made his own decision. She blocked me. You're the best. I know. But honey, is she okay? This seems intense. She's spiraling because she thought I'd beg her to take me back. I didn't. Now she's trying to punish me into submission. That's not healthy. That's why we broke up. Good call. Final update. It's been 5 weeks since the pros and cons list incident. Final update because this needs to end. The lawyer demand letter went nowhere. As predicted, her lawyer probably told her she had no case because I never heard about it again. But the harassment continued for another 2 weeks. She created a fake Instagram account to message me. Posted vague things on her real account about narcissistic ex-boyfriends and financial abuse. Tagged mutual friends who I'm sure got the whole sob story. Lost maybe 3 or 4 people from our friend circle. People who heard her version and decided I was the villain. Fine. Not worth fighting for. But then she made a mistake. 2 weeks ago, my phone rang. Unknown number, answered without thinking. Hey. Male voice I didn't recognize. Who is this? My name's Tyler. Look, this is weird, but I'm seeing your ex. We've been dating for about 3 weeks. My brain stopped. 3 weeks? Yeah. We met on a dating app like a month ago. She told me you guys broke up 6 months ago and you were super controlling and abusive and she barely got out. 6 months? Yeah, but something felt off. She kept asking me about my salary, my job title, where I saw myself in 5 years. Real intense questions for a few dates. So I Googled her name and found some Reddit posts where she's talking about her ex-boyfriend who abandoned her. The timeline doesn't match what she told me. What's the timeline in the posts? She says you guys broke up like a month ago, but she told me 6 months. And she's saying you threw her out because she wanted to work on the relationship. Did you guys actually break up 6 months ago? No, 5 weeks ago. Dude, yeah, she's been lying to me this whole time. Apparently. What actually happened, if you don't mind me asking? I told him. The list, the space request, my one-word response, the whole thing. He was quiet. Then, holy hell, that's pretty manipulative. Welcome to my life. Former life. She's been telling me she wants something serious, that she's ready to settle down with the right person. Asked me about my 5-year plan and my 401k and whether I wanted kids. How much do you make? I'm a project manager at a tech company, like 110k base plus stock options. There it was, let me guess, she's been really affectionate, moving fast, talking about the future a lot. Yeah, actually, I thought it was nice but also kinda intense. She's shopping for an upgrade. You make more than I do. You're the richer, more successful model. Jesus. Sorry, man, but yeah, that's who you're dating. Not anymore. Thanks for being straight with me. No problem. Good luck. He hung up. I sat there for a minute, then I laughed. Actually laughed. She'd moved on in less than 3 weeks. Was already love-bombing someone new, lying about our relationship timeline, hunting for someone who checked her boxes. The pros and cons list wasn't about understanding her feelings. It was about justifying the upgrade she already wanted. I texted my brother. She's dating someone new, has been for 3 weeks, told him we broke up 6 months ago. Him, wow. Bullet dodged. Missile dodged. That night got a text from Tyler, I broke up with her. She lost it. Crying about how she's been abandoned twice now. Tried to get me to change my mind. I told her I don't date liars. She called me immature, thought you'd want to know. Thanks for the update. Appreciate you reaching out. No problem, man. Sorry you went through that. The harassment stopped completely after that. I'm guessing she's too busy finding the next candidate. Heard through the grapevine. Tyler actually stayed in touch. We got coffee last week. She's back on all the dating apps with a very specific filter. Men making 100k plus. She moved back in with her parents because she couldn't afford rent on her own. Her best friend apparently got tired of the drama and distanced herself. She's telling people I wasted 3 years of her biological clock. Meanwhile, I'm good. Really good. The apartment feels like mine again. Repainted the living room. Got a dog. A rescue mutt who's the chillest roommate ever. Started dating again about a week ago. Nothing serious yet. But there's someone I've been talking to who seems cool. She's a veterinarian, makes her own money, owns her own place. We had coffee twice. She didn't ask about my salary or my job title or my 5-year plan. We talked about books and travel and stupid stuff that made us laugh. Second date, she asked what happened with my last relationship. I told her the truth, the whole thing, the list, the done response. Everything. She was quiet for a second. Then she said, "That's the healthiest boundary I've ever heard." Yeah? Yeah. She was treating you like an investment portfolio. You opted out. That's strong. We're going out again this weekend. To everyone who said I overreacted, a woman who loved me wouldn't have needed a 4-hour solo session to figure out if I was worthy of her time. She would have talked to me like a partner. To everyone who said I was too harsh, I gave her exactly what she gave me. Evaluation and rejection. Just faster. My list still has one word on it. Done. And I'm good with that.